Cubs fans, gather around because we need to talk right now, this moment. Because what's happening in Chicago isn't just baseball news. It's the crossroads where dreams meet reality, where hope battles heartbreak, and where the future of our beloved Cubbies hangs in the balance like a 3-2 count with the bases loaded. You feel it, don't you? That familiar knot in your stomach that only comes when something big is brewing at 1060 West Addison. The same feeling we had in 03 and 16 and every October since. But this time, it's different. This time, it's happening in the middle of summer, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Here's what I know and what's keeping me up at night. There's a $16 million slugger whose future might already be written in invisible ink. There's a versatile infielder who just became our lifeline when we needed it most. And there's an announcement that's going to make Wrigley feel the center of the baseball universe again. 3 separate stories that, when you connect the dots, paint a picture that'll either break your heart or give you hope for the next decade. I'm talking about moves that scream, we're playing it safe, while the window of opportunity slams shut. I'm talking about a front office that might know something we don't want to admit. And I'm talking about a moment in Cubs history that could define whether we're contenders or pretenders for years to come. So hit that like button if you're ready for the truth. Drop a comment if you've been feeling the same anxiety, and subscribe because Cubs fans deserve to know what's really happening behind those ivy-covered walls. We've been through too much together to sugarcoat anything now. Because when that ace walks to the mound next spring, when that prospect finally gets his shot, and when the GM makes his next move, you're going to want to remember this moment. The moment when everything changed, and we saw it coming from a mile away. But first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The one wearing pinstripes and carrying a $400 million price tag. The writing's on the wall, Cubs fans. And it's written in dollar signs that our front office apparently can't read. While other teams were making splash moves at the trade deadline, swinging for the fences like it's Game 7 of the World Series, our beloved Cubs were playing small ball with the season and our championship window on the line. Kyle Tucker. Say that name out loud and feel the weight of what it means. The 28-year-old superstar we traded for, the 4-time All-Star who was supposed to be our missing piece, is staring at free agency with the hunger of a man who knows he's about to get paid. And paid big. We're talking north of $400 million big. Money that makes even the Ricketts family check their bank account twice. But here's what's eating at my soul, Cubs fans. Every move Jed Hoyer made at the deadline screams, we know Tucker's gone. While we should have been going all in, mortgaging the future for a championship run with one of the best hitters in baseball, we added role players. Decent role players, sure, but role players nonetheless. Willie Castro, Michael Soroka, Andrew Kittredge. These aren't the names you associate with championship pushes. These are the moves you make when you're already planning for next year. Think about it. We've got Tucker for one season of his prime years, and instead of surrounding him with the firepower to make a legitimate World Series run, we held on to prospects like their family heirlooms. Owen Casey, talented as he is still unproven at the major league level. He's 23 years old with potential written all over him, but potential doesn't drive in runs in October. Hoyer even admitted it. When pressed about keeping Casey instead of trading him for immediate help, he said it was somewhat connected to Tucker's uncertain future. Translation, we're already planning for life after our best player leaves. That's not championship mentality, Cubs fans. That's playing not to lose instead of playing to win. The most frustrating part? This was our moment. This was the year to go for broke, to show Tucker and the baseball world that Chicago is serious about winning now. Instead, we're going to watch him put up MVP caliber numbers in a Cubs uniform, knowing full well that come November, he'll be shaking hands with Scott Boras and looking at offers from teams that aren't afraid to spend big. And when Tucker signs that mega deal with the Dodgers or Yankees or whoever else is willing to pay market value for elite talent, we'll be left holding on to hope that a prospect can replace a proven superstar. It's the Cubs way, isn't it? Always one move away from greatness. Always $1 short of getting there. But wait, Cubs fans, because the story gets more complicated and the next chapter might just break your heart even more. Now, before you start typing angry comments about doom and gloom, let me tell you about the silver lining that might just save us all. Because sometimes, Cubs fans, When the front office disappoints us with their big moves, they surprise us with the little ones that actually make sense. Enter Willie Castro, the utility man we just snagged from Minnesota, who might be exactly what we didn't know we needed. This isn't some flashy headline move, but sometimes the best moves are the ones that fly under the radar while everyone else is making noise. Castro's not going to wow you with his .245 batting average, but here's what will get your attention. This guy can play literally anywhere on the field except catcher and pitcher. Outfield, check. Infield, double check. Need someone to spell Ian Happ in left? Castro's your guy. Need depth at second base behind Nico Hoerner? Castro's got you covered. Seiya Suzuki needs a day off. Castro can handle right field without missing a beat. 10 home runs, 9 stolen bases, and the kind of versatility that makes David Ross sleep better at night, knowing he's got options, real options. Not just warm bodies, but a legitimate major league player who can contribute in multiple ways. And Cubs fans, in a season where every game matters and every injury could derail our playoff hopes, having a Swiss Army knife like Castro could be the difference between October baseball and another disappointing September. But here's the beautiful irony. While we're all focused on the big names and the blockbuster trades that didn't happen, Castro represents something our organization has been missing: depth with talent. Remember all those seasons where one injury would expose how thin our bench was. Remember watching career minor leaguers try to fill crucial spots down the stretch. Those days might finally be over. The move also signals something else that gives me hope. We're not giving up on this season. Despite all the speculation about Tucker's future, despite the conservative approach at a deadline, adding Castro shows that Hoyer still believes this team can make noise in 2025. You don't trade for rental players if you're already looking toward next year. And Cubs fans, let's be honest. Castro immediately makes us better. John Beardy's time in Chicago is probably done, and frankly, it should be. Castro brings more pop, more speed, and infinitely more flexibility. He's the kind of player who won't make highlights, but will win games with smart at-bats and clutch defensive plays. But here's where the story takes a turn that'll give you goosebumps, and maybe, just maybe, restore your faith in the future of Cubs baseball. Cubs fans, put down whatever you're doing, because I'm about to tell you something that's going to make you forget all about trade deadline disappointments and free agency fears. Something that's going to remind you why Wrigley Field isn't just a ballpark. It's hallowed ground where baseball dreams come true. The MLB All-Star Game is coming home. July 13th, 2027. Mark your calendars, book your vacation days, and start saving your money, because the Midsummer Classic is returning to the friendly confines for the first time in 37 years. Let that sink in for a moment. 37 years. The last time baseball's biggest stars gathered at Wrigley was 1990, when Ryne Sandberg was turning double plays and making it look easy. Now, nearly 4 decades later, our ballpark is going to be the center of the baseball universe once again. Commissioner Rob Manfred made it official, standing alongside Tom Ricketts, and for once, Cubs fans, our ownership delivered something that makes us proud. Wrigley Field will become the first ballpark in history to host 4 All-Star games. 4! That's not just a number, that's a testament to what this place means to baseball, what it means to us, and what it represents to every kid who's ever dreamed of playing in the majors. Picture it, the home run derby under the lights at Wrigley, with fans packed into every seat and hanging over the rooftops on Waveland and Sheffield. The Futures game showcasing tomorrow's stars on the same field where Ernie Banks and Ron Santo became legends. And then the All-Star game itself, with the best players in the world competing where ivy grows and history lives. This isn't just about one game, Cubs fans. This is about validation. After years of watching other cities get the spotlight, after enduring decades of lovable losers, jokes, and curses that wouldn't die, baseball is acknowledging what we've always known. There's no place like Wrigley Field. Think about what this means for the next generation of Cubs fans. Kids who are 7 years old today will be 10 when the All-Star game comes to Chicago. They'll see their heroes, maybe Kyle Tucker if we're lucky, definitely whoever emerges as our next superstar, competing on the biggest stage. They'll understand what makes this place special in a way that only hosting baseball's premier event can demonstrate. So here's my final call to action, Cubs fans. Hit that like button if you're already planning your All-Star game experience. Drop a comment and tell me who you want to see in a Cubs uniform taking batting practice on that stage. And subscribe, because we're going to cover every moment of the journey from now until that first pitch in 2027. Because when all is said and done, when Tucker's contract situation resolves itself one way or another, when Castro proves his worth or doesn't, when prospects become stars or fade away, we'll still have what matters most. Wrigley Field, the greatest ballpark in the world, hosting the greatest game. The future's coming, Cubs fans, and it's going to be beautiful. Are you ready to be part of history?